Welcome everyone to another episode of the Warmup. I'm here with the guys. It's me, Logo Chris. I got Deuce, Reg, and Kev RL in the building. Say what's up to everyone who's listening in and tuning in to us tonight, guys. Say what's up.
What's up, everybody?
What's up?
Yo, what's up, fam? Welcome back.
Cool. And if this is your first time listening to us, this is a place where we talk about sports, current events, and everything else in between through the lens of black culture. We're here every Tuesday, so check out for the drop every time, every day, every week, Tuesday. If it ain't Tuesday, you may get something from us, but if you looking for something, definitely Tuesday. Check us out on social media. We on Twitter and Instagram, Grindhouse NTWK, so it's all one string. And also on the Reddit, same thing. And Discord, check us out. The link to the invite is in the description box of your respective platform. We're also in the audio side of things, so again, if you're over there, check us out on YouTube. And if you are on YouTube, check us out on your favorite podcast, whether that's Apple, Spotify, Anchor, or other, So anything else I'm missing? I think that was pretty quick, short, and sweet.
Me feeling pretty gangster today. I kept hearing the hand rub. Either you gangster or you cold over there with that hoodie, man.
Or you burn
No.
I'll treat you.
I just gotta keep the warm up warm. You know what I'm saying? So,
There you go.
if I wear something a little bit more colorful, people start to talk about my colorful threads, my linens. You know what I'm saying? So. I just try to tone it down so I don't draw too much attention. I want to be incognito.
Effective praise.
I don't know what that means. So
He just made that up, man. He made that up tonight.
He did. It's probably one of the ones. He's probably doing some push-ups and he decided it just popped in his head. You know what I'm saying? Light bulb. So.
Hey, effective praise right there, man.
Exactly.
That's what I was.
All right, well, let's get into it. The NBA has been out for about 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? We're enjoying it. I mean, the NFL is still going on, World Series is going on, but we love the NBA. So we're gonna talk about some of these storylines. There's already stuff brewing. We always have some good matchups. We've had some overtimes, we've had some blowouts, we've had some breakdowns, and so we're just gonna talk about our favorite teams, some of the things that we saw that was most important or most that resonated the most with us with respect to these teams, and then just kind of give our feedback and see where they're going. It's only 8 games in, but it's not too late or too early to start talking about these teams. So first things first, man, let's just jump right into it, man. These LA Lakers, man, this is like the big market, big ticket item that everyone wants to talk about. It has the best player in the league, LeBron James. You have one of his best friends, Carmelo Anthony, on the team. You have Westbrook, who is a LA native and is a superstar, Mr. Triple Double himself. And we have other players, Rondo, Dwight Howard, Anthony Davis. All these players, one collective team on paper, look like it should just dominate the division, if not the conference, at least be in the talk. But right now, man, they are just looking very mediocre at 2-3 so far. They lost a big time lead to the Thunder and dropped that game. We've had Russell Westbrook in certain games have a quadruple double with 10 turnovers. So I mean, it is looking kind of dire right there. We know that there are some growing pains that's going to happen, but I mean, let me just ask. I'll just throw this to the Kev here, man. Should we start worrying about the Lakers' championship aspirations this early into the story, or are we just overreacting to what we see? Recency bias.
I won't say we're overreacting. I think data points come in. We need to assess them, but at the same time, I'm not worried.
Okay.
Take it from me. I'm not worried. If you want to be worried, then sure, you can use this sample set. But let's talk about the obvious, right? We're early into the season. It's not much games like you mentioned before, but also we have some pieces together that are working together for the first time, trying to get these things right. as LeBron said, it's going to be a process, and they have a whole new offensive system. So things gonna have to play out, man. And I'm excited to see the growing pains, because then when it gets to that point where everything is clicking, we could appreciate where they came from. And on top of that, we have a whole bunch of injuries in the mix. We have LeBron being out, Trevor Ariza. I'm not really sure how he's gonna fit in, but he's still a big piece to me. To me, he's a solid player. He's always the person that shows up. People like Kendrick Nunn is out. So there's still players on the sideline that's still to come in. So I'm not counting them out just yet, nor am I worried about where they are. I say they'll do what they gotta do to go through what they're going through and learn from it, and take these failures as, you know, things to step forward in. Because we have to remember one thing with the Lakers, they still have that experience. So let's not put that to the side. Very experienced team. Defense have not been looking too well right now. I expect that to pick up because they got that size, they have that length. So there's a lot of things that could be clicking that are not clicking right now, including Westbrook, which, as we've seen in the past, he sometimes take a while to get going with different teams, as he did with Houston and Washington. So let's see if he does the same here. Slow start, fast moving on forward, and maybe we'll be where we need to be at the end of the season, right there in the championships.
You concerned with LeBron's health at all?
I'm a little bit concerned because I remember him mainly because of those phrases that he said last season, where he'd be like, "I'll never be the same." I don't know why he said that, but he planted a whole bunch of stuff in our heads with that one statement. And to see him go back out, which looked to me for the similar ankle, it has me a little bit concerned, just a little bit.
Okay, all right. Well, we can hear from the official Lakers correspondent who would say, LeBron correspondent. Hey, ain't nothing to worry about. Deuce, man, you got something to kind of act at, or you gonna just ride with him?
Yeah, I like Kev's even killed approach, man. But you said small sample size, right? Hold on 1 second.
1/10.
And how long did it take y'all to know I was out the frame? Quick second, right? It ain't take that long, right? Bruh, I got what you're saying, small sample size, but when you see something, you know what you know. The Lakers suck. They in trouble, man. I heard you say experience. You're right. They have a lot of elderly people on that team, bro.
Oh, wow.
Elderly people on that team. Age, elderly doesn't mean experience, man. Individually, these guys can ball, man. Melo was doing it last year with Portland, balling. Howard, the year before last year when he was the Lakers, balling. Part of that bully team, man. Now, yeah, experience, but not playing together. The Lakers' biggest issue is defense, right? Because right now, the Lakers are giving up a league high, 119 points a game on average. They can't stop anybody. And a lot of it's coming in from the wings. You mentioned some people, Trevor, traditionally known as a good defensive wing. His best years they're behind him. Can he provide some safety net in that defense? Yes, but how long are we going to depend on him per game? That's asking a lot, right? You're looking at the defenders they have. Kent Bazemore, NBA player. He can ball me out the gym for sure.
NBA.
Can he ball his competition out the gym? I don't know, man. He's only 6'4". Then you got Austin Reeves, man, 6'5". Those are wing players, especially with LeBron out. Listen, I'm ready. Hey, stop the count, man. The Lakers, I don't see them going anywhere. They maybe playing.
That's good. That's good. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Back.
See, he's a Laker fan.
He said, I can't even speak to it.
Look, I don't know, man. I had to sit there and watch that paint dry too. I almost got up too. Wow. I mean, look. If y'all both are, the opposite ends of the spectrum, I'm gonna be somewhere in the middle. I ain't going that far to act like, they old, experience don't equal age, all that hoopla you're talking about. They're missing White Mamba or
that's true though. That's true
stuff.
Hey, what was that? My camera went out. Can you do that again?
Man, that
was what I saw from that end of the camera. Was this. You know what I'm saying? It was very, very animated. Nothing coming out. So
man, you said a lot of good stuff, man.
That was Rich. That was Rich Paul, and LeBron's not happy about your commentary right there. You guys
oh man,
So I would just say this. Good. I mean, it was good. I'm glad you wrote that up. And tried, but scale it back a little bit. Scale it back again. We're all looking at a small sample size. You have to understand that a small sample size leaves room for improvement. It takes about 20 games, give or take, for a team to become a little bit more cohesive by playing every day. It's okay. Hey, I always reference Chris Bosh, LeBron, and D Wade when they first got to Miami. It took them about 20-25 games to start to pull away from the competition. Before then, they were like 500, somewhere around that time, around that record. It's okay. Yes, they dropped the one in Thunder, whatever. But to your point though, I will add this: they are not going to be the favorite. I believe. I don't think they're going to be a favorite because they are younger, more equally talented teams. I don't want to say more talented, equally talented teams who is going to be in the West, who they're going to have to get through, whether that be the Utah Jazz, Denver Nuggets, Phoenix Suns. I don't know. They may run into Dame time and they hit the logo Lillard may just come through.
Go ahead.
You know what I mean, so
Come on, sis.
there's four. Did I say Clippers already?
You didn't say Clippers, but you're missing
Yes,
one.
sir.
You already know who you're missing. He
He knows
he has a blind spot for them. So I'll forgive him.
I'm confused. I don't know.
I know you're confused. That's the blind spot. That's the blind spot. But Deuce know what I'm talking about right now.
Yeah, he's doing that. He's doing that classic Chris pivot again, man. Smooth as sandpaper.
No, I'm just saying, like, there's
Extra
a lot
course.
of teams.
He's genuinely confused. He's genuinely confused.
No, I know who you're talking about. You're talking about these Golden State guys. That's totally fine. I didn't include them, but it doesn't mean that they're not in the picture. So it's okay. It's okay. It's not. I know you guys think I'll just be overlooking them. I like Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? I like Klay Thompson. They're nice guys. So yeah, man. At the end of the day, they're probably gonna be in the middle of the pack. Probably trending towards the lower end of the conference, the top 8.
So you saying play-in?
No, I don't think they're gonna make it to the play-in, but it may be number 6.
I mean, middle
of the pack,
6.
4 through 6,
Okay.
and that's all you need. And so yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be a tight race. They're not gonna be number 1, number 2, I don't think. But yeah, at the end of the day, man, they'll make it to the dance, and then from there, that's when all that experience you're talking about just comes to the rises to the top, and then you can see, LeBron be LeBron, pending he's healthy, or Anthony Davis pending he's healthy. So yeah, just chill.
A lot of pending.
Wait,
Yeah. Reasonable pendants, though. Reasonable pendants.
Yeah, reasonable pending. Though. I'm saying you start putting all them pendants out there, your championship aspirations start, slide.
Hey,
I mean, you're not winning too many spades games, so your partner's saying I got like 5 possibles. What?
hey.
Exactly.
Any definites? I got 5 possibles.
The point is, you gotta make it to the dance. Make it to the dance first. After that,
Okay.
we'll see. So,
Is
what you
this
got,
the
Red?
last dance? I don't know. Like I think out of everything y'all said, very good points. I think the one that stuck out to me the most is these role players. We constantly saw people play way above what we expected of them, and people like KCP and Caruso, especially making up for pieces like Kuzma that we thought, like, once they got rid of that, that was gonna be the difference maker. And we're seeing that there's still some struggles. It's not easy to get back to the championship once you got there. Even getting there in the first time is hard, but these repeats, or even taking the season off and trying again, it's not easy. So these are the struggles. We'll see it all across the board. Bucks are doing okay right now, but it's not easy. It's not guaranteed.
I think it's just that defense, man. Last year, the championship year, on the wing, you're running into Caldwell Pope. You had Caruso. You even had the blonde bomber, man, Kyle Kuzma himself. Big body, versatile, he could move. They don't have that this year, man. Even when Trevor comes back, I mean, realistically, come on, we can expect only so much from him. That defense, when they won, LA, they were a bully. You didn't want to go in the paint. You ain't a bully. So that they lost that identity, at least from what we see right now.
And you hate to hear these buzzwords about like who wants it more and the hunger, but like these players just don't seem as hungry as some of the people they lost. They also lost one of the Morrises, right?
Yeah.
Oh
Is
yeah.
that the one that ended up on the Heat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the other one still
He's out there giving that
Clippers.
scrap, knocking down shots, keep tipping it in, getting those extra 50-50 balls that give you another shot. Like
Fighting Luka.
yeah, whatever you gotta do. So like, yeah, these players that they have as much talented, you lost a lot of those players that are just kind of hungry for it like that.
I want to second that real quick, just because I was very upset when they made all those changes going into the second run, because I feel like the players they let go initially, like Dwight Howard, Rondo, these were the scrappy players that contributed a lot to the identity that allowed them to win. So it was like all the changes, okay, you made changes, let's see what happened. And now you made even more changes, bringing back some of those old folks and then taking away some of the folks who we already thought was also contributing to the to the championship. So I don't know, the moves are questionable, but we also put them at the pretty high on the list for decent moves off season with who they were able to bring in. But who they lost,
I didn't.
You did it.
I never did.
You did it.
I never did.
Who they lost
most people
definitely
do, yeah.
hit. Definitely took a hit. They gained a lot, but they
Yeah.
lost a lot to get whatever they have
guys think-
finally settled on.
Do you guys think by the time the season's over, are we still gonna be happier with Schroeder over Westbrook? I mean Westbrook over Schroeder.
I mean, individually, yes, but maybe it just doesn't work for the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We think by the time the season's up, like we'll be like, damn, they could have used Schroeder instead.
We'll see. I don't think so, because I mean,
Okay.
if Schroeder is good offensively, but he's not gonna get you your rebounds. He's not gonna get you your assists like Westbrook will put the pressure on the
felt like
defense
he was-
that, so.
I feel like he was getting you that ball movement, that getting into the basket, and just less turnovers. I feel like he was giving you that, not just scoring offensively, but he was getting those assists.
Yeah, I think he was good for a LeBron team because we know LeBron's gonna have the ball. He's the point.
Yeah, exactly.
And Schroeder's good at cutting, along with Caruso. I think with LeBron, to Reggie's question, yeah, because a LeBron team needs that type of point guard, not a ball dominant. I mean, Westbrook in open space is magic. That's not a LeBron team though, because LeBron in the open space is the magic, So.
Interesting. Yeah, that's a good point.
But we'll keep an eye on them as everyone else, because the Lakers are the Lakers and LeBron is LeBron. So we'll keep an eye on it, man. We'll do an update and see how wrong or how right one of us are. So, let's keep it moving, man. Let's keep it in the West. Then these Warriors, they've come out in a hot start. They've beat the Clippers. They beat Sacramento Kings. They lost to the Grizzlies. And then they beat Thunder. They
You missed it.
well.
They
Only
They
lost.
beat the Lakers. They beat the
only
Lakers,
lost.
man.
And
The California Kings, man. That's Golden State's second nickname, man.
I'm sorry. My mistake. They beat the Lakers.
Hey, OKC beat the Lakers as well, so
Yeah, no, it didn't
So-
seem like.
not the time,
Yeah.
Deuce, not the time.
Yeah, he got real bolstered. He got emboldened to say that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he gets happy.
he did.
You talk about the Warriors, he gets happy. His tail wags a little bit. So, but they're doing well. 4-1. Steph Curry is doing pretty well. A lot of the D. Lee is killing as well. Was it Jordan Poole? Jordan Poole is doing well.
Yeah. Yep.
Draymond Green is doing his thing. So I mean, there's a lot of good synergy going on in Golden State, and yeah, I mean, they're just one piece away, right? Klay Thompson to come back, and then the Voltron will be complete. You know what I mean? So, Deuce, man, is this an indication? Are they playoff caliber? Are they going to make it to the playoffs?
Oh, the California Kings, aka Golden State Warriors, are definitely going to the playoffs, man. No doubt. There's some key stats we got to talk about with the Warriors, right? So first, that ball movement, that beautiful game that Steve Kerr likes to implement. Right now, first in the league in assists, man, 28.7. Let's go ahead and round that up to 29. Because I'm going to start saying they 29 assists per game, man. It's beautiful. See, Chris, all that hate, man. All that hate. Where you going, Chris? Hey, that's what the opponents do when Curry roll up in the arena. So Next to that, the threes. We fell in love with Golden State with those threes, man. When they had when Curry and Thompson were doing it. Now, look, they're 7th in the league, and this is without Clay. 7th in the league. We know when he comes back, he's still gonna be able to shoot those threes. We're worried about his lateral movement, but wetness still there. Now, the defensive rating, top 7 right now, man. And this is a key stat because last year they had a really good defense. It's not a gimmick. It's a carryover from last year. They kept the same team intact, man. What we have is Poole and Lee stepping up to the plate, man, especially Poole. You're also talking about a team that has 3.5 players averaging double figures, man. You got Curry doing 29, Wiggins, that invisible 16, right? Lee and Poole both at 14, but Poole can pop off at any time. And Draymond, 9.3. The last time Draymond averaged almost 10 points a game, we won the chip. So I'm just saying. And like you said, we still got the monster waiting, man. We're waiting for Clay to come back, man. Mr. Michael Myers himself. He gonna come back and destroy the league. Halloween Kills, baby.
Yikes.
Okay, all right, Mr. Not Tep 75, Clay Thompson, which y'all waiting on. So I appreciate that analysis of 9.3 points a game, and that's when you're going. Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Reg, you got anything?
To be fair, of all time, is a lot of people. So not being top 75, he close. He top 100.
He's close. He's probably top 150.
Wow, that's a large swing, but whatever. Like I said, hey, Klay Thompson is a beast. Like, we can't deny that. Him coming back, in addition, that's just gonna send it to the next level. I do see playoffs. I wonder where y'all place them in the playoffs. The middle of the pack or the top? Right now, the way they're playing, it looks like the top. But by the time the season's over, what do you think?
It's difficult for me in the playoffs.
That's not bad.
It's difficult for me to say because Clay coming back, he's going to be a plus, but I don't know how big of a plus. Mm-hmm. And they still have a trade in them. If they can package some players together. I think we know they're not touching the original 3. I don't think they're going to touch Poole. But Wiseman, there's a lot of promise in this game that they use him as in the trade along with a few other players because they have depth again. These are like strength in numbers warriors. Possibly, maybe not. There's been some buzz on that. And if they do swing, who would they get? But right now, as constructed, let's say we add an 80% Clay. Looking at the West, I can see 4th place, 5th place over the course of the season because they're gonna have to monitor Curry's minutes. That's a key. We gotta have a healthy Curry going into the playoffs.
Indeed.
So I can see 4th, 5th for sure, easy.
I agree with that assessment with the number placement. Yeah.
So do you think that the amount of minutes is going to play a role into Curry's health for the long haul?
I think as we've seen in that Memphis game, and this has always been a Curry thing, you muscle him throughout the whole game. You bump him, and it's going to take its toll. And throughout the season, he is that engine right now. So yeah, it could, but I think Kerr is going to come up with some schemes. They're moving the ball around. Curry's playing a lot more off ball too, so I think that'll help out a lot. So hopefully.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, yeah, it's going to have an effect if they don't minimize the impact on Curry.
Okay, all right. Ted, you got anything you want to add to this sauce?
I mean, he said a lot of good things, and one of the things he said in the early was the defense and the carryover from last year. For me, that's been the theme. For me, it's just carryover. Everything I'm seeing now is just a big carryover from last season, offensively, defensively. So the track that they're on right now, to me, is right in trend. It's not surprising. It's not, oh my gosh, look at them. This is right on trend. So
okay,
yeah,
we got the train. Choo. Come on.
That makes it sustainable too. Like you know they can do it. This is not a fluke. It's not an accident. They're doing what they're supposed to do. Just getting better with time. I do think Poole's been stepping the game up. Damian Lee's been stepping the game up. He was really quiet. Now we're really seeing him shine. And what's up with Wiseman? Is he playing?
Injured.
He's injured.
Injured? Okay.
You talked about trading Wiseman potentially. I know he's a good trade asset, but I don't know if I'm willing to trade that dude right now.
Yeah.
It's something. It's a debate. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Because they can do it without him. Obviously, they're doing it now with the squad they had. If they could trade him for maybe a veteran center to come off the bench, like I could see that. But there's also the X factor. He's a very good trade asset. Like he could be something they need or didn't even know they need, and just takes it to the next level.
And that's a luxury because you're talking about a team that still has 3 players that haven't really hit the court: Wiseman, Clay, and I think Kuminga might. How's Kuminga going to shape up? He had a fire summer league, man. And he was pretty good in the preseason. So how Kuminga's going to shake out too? That's another X factor.
Not to look at.
Yeah, well, the Warriors are gonna be there. I'm not. Well, it's gonna be tight, but yeah, they're gonna be there. I believe that they'll be there. They do look very healthy. The chemistry is there. The synergy is there. Everyone's playing their role. The good thing is that you have youth on your side, so they're willing to run and be a part of that free energy, free ball style. My only concern is Klay Thompson. I mean, we're putting a lot of stock into him being old Klay or 80% Klay, and that's kind of a wait and see kind of ordeal. And then also, my big concern has always been Steph Curry and the minutes that they put on him, the burden that they put on him is good maybe in short spans, but long, like 82-game season, doing that in and out, that becomes a little heavy. Your legs start to get a little heavy on that. So hopefully they can find another person who can step up to kind of create their own scoring. I know we talk about Andrew Wiggins. I know I make fun of him as the silent 20, the silent 16, because he never really elevates to the occasion. He's always even keel. He doesn't really guide you to a win, or he doesn't ever take over a game. He just he gets you your 20, and then he's like that worker. He's just like, hey, I come in for my 8 to 5. Don't talk to me. I ain't doing no family.
Yeah.
I'm taking my vacation and going home. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
Like, don't call me, don't text me.
Which I think is a huge positive for the Warriors, because those nights where other people are struggling, he still
kept it going.
For whatever reason, he just keeps it going. It's very consistent.
Yeah, he's hitting that clock.
Punching it in.
So, so yeah, I think they'll be fine. I don't expect to see them in a play-in again. I expect to see them again also in the middle of the pack. And that's something that I think. I had to hear the Warriors fans, of course, talk about how great the Warriors are, but that comes with the territory. We live in an area full of Warrior fans, so that's fine.
Hey, honest assessment over here, man. Honest.
Are they great though?
Who are they? Let's not get off the rails. I was gonna go down. You about to tempt me.
I'm just asking. Like, is it an over exaggeration? Are they not great?
They're a good team. They're a good team.
Okay.
They're a good team. So cool. Let's move on, man. We got the East Coast to reckon with, man. We have this team, man. I was hoping. I'm glad that they started. They got Andre Iguodala last year. They slumped. Then they got rid of
wait, what?
And they started to elevate. They started to hit their runway.
They got Andre 2 seasons ago, though.
It's okay. And you know what?
And then they made all the way to the championship.
And you know what? And it's been a downward trajectory since. So
what? They went to the championship. What are you talking about?
I don't.
They didn't make it back.
Either.
They didn't make it back. In fact, they better be in the playoffs. So let's just talk about this team, man. They the mafioso, the Raleigh family, the Miami Heat, where they stole Kyle Lowry and acquired through unnecessary means. You know what I mean.
No, we don't know what you mean.
We don't, but
join me or else kind of thing. Like, offers you can't refuse.
Okay.
All right.
They held them over the balcony.
You know what? I didn't say it. I didn't say that. I just said, they were very persuasive in the negotiations. I would just say it like that. But they're doing well. They also off to a great start, man. 4-1 as well. They knocked off the Nets. They knocked off the Magic. That's fine. The Pacers. They knocked off the Grizzlies.
No, Pacers got them.
Oh, Pacers got him. My mistake.
That was the one loss. Yeah.
Yeah, they did. But they beat the Bucks and the Charlotte Hornets, who have actually been a good, exciting team. They're also currently right now for it too. So, like I said, it's a great start. Bam Adebayo is out here just wreaking havoc in the paint. His fingerprints are all over the game. Jimmy Butler's still doing Jimmy Butler things. Tyler Hero all of a sudden came out of his sophomore slump and started like being rookie version of Tyler Hero. Duncan Robinson's still there. Kyle Lowry again. Y'all fleeced him from the NBA and now he's doing his thing over in Miami. So, Reg, man, what's your take on this team, man? Are they trying to make a reintroduction back to the finals, or?
I really think they have a really good shot this season. The squad will just start with the returning squad. Jimmy Buckets is getting the buckets. Bam is bamming, like you said. He's in the paint, wreaking havoc, getting these boards, adding offensive capability to it. You got Tyler Hero seemingly crawling out of that sophomore slump and contributing at a high level. And I know you said, Duncan Robinson's still there, but Duncan Robinson is still there. You got to say it with a little bit of energy, man. Like, you got to feel the heat down in your soul. He's back here knocking down threes, doing his thing. You got other players that are kind of less known still doing their thing. Dedmon's still in there, still scrapping. I love that. So it's looking like a really good season with just the returning players. Not to mention, you got Kyle Lowry coming in there, adding some really good ball movement, some three-point shooting, some intensity to the game. He's been a good addition. You got PJ Tucker's been bringing that scrappiness, that defense, and also a little bit of three-point shooting here and there. It's just been crazy. So I'm really enjoying it. Think they can get back to the playoffs. Let's see. We'll see there because, you still have the returning Bucks, but really happy to see them beat the Bucks. They struggled with them last season in the playoffs. We all know they went and got swept against the Bucks. They almost won that first game versus the Bucks. It came down to the wire, but after that, they just didn't stand a chance. It was a far removed from the season before where we saw them ultimately upset the Bucks, but gave them a big run for the money. So that's what we're seeing right now. High hopes for this team, though. Really high hopes. And then, we still got that X factor in with doing good now, perfectly as the team is. Can we get Oladipo in the mix if he's healthy?
Oh, I thought you were going to say Udonis Haslam when you said X factor.
That's not an X factor. That's a consistent factor, given that experience, getting people out there, slumps, doing whatever he got to do, integrating new people into the system. Like, don't get it twisted. Haslam's still doing there and contributing. He may not be on the court giving buckets, but he's in there.
You sound like you just described a good onboarding process for a company, man.
Hey,
I mean,
if you had a player that could do that,
hey,
the Lakers not use that right now?
They can use the whole store, the whole thing. Yeah, they could. You're right. Yeah.
So people have different roles and they play them well.
Okay. Deuce, you got anything to add to that, or are we going to just leave it as is?
No, Reg is a key point with Victor Oladipo, man, because he had a career year with the Pacers, right? Got injured, traded, Houston, started to show some shine, went to Miami. All you need Oladipo to be is just a solid off-the-bench player at this point, right? Not saying he could go higher than that, but I think that's a reasonable expectation for Oladipo, man. Take a lot of the pressure off of him to do what he does. I think that's good. And Miami, hey, listen, they're beasts in the paint. They're number one in defensive rebounds, man. So when the other team shoots the ball, they ain't getting it back. I like what I see so far, and they're gelling pretty well. And Lowry's I think he's just at the iceberg's tip of figuring out what to do with that offense. Because that's been the issue with Miami, that ball movement. So once he really gets used to it, the space and the pace of everything, Miami, they're going to be hot.
No.
Hey, ESPN might have the heat index up there again. Who knows?
Yeah, I think Oladipo was starting to get acclimated too. Right before he went down, he was dunking. He was looking. God was hyped because I was kind of like, Oladipo is injured, and I bought in, and bam, right before it, he really took off. He got injured, but yeah, I really Jimmy's being aggressive and getting buckets, like scoring, like he had, I think around 30 the last game where they beat the Grizzlies. So a lot of players were in double digits that game too. So I think that offense is figuring it out and they're clicking.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I feel you. Kev, you want to add something to that? You think they're gonna make it to the top 3 of the, or top 4 of the Eastern Conference, or you think they're gonna be, they're gonna simmer down and be more of a middle of the pack team going into the playoffs?
Looking at it, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't got a chance to watch their games, but I did see the highlights and what's going on right now, and I would have to say they have to be up there in the top 4. Like, they have to be on that side of things. Not have to be, but everything they're doing right now says that they will be, unless some unfortunate circumstance come their way. Everything's clicking right now, and I was very happy about that Kyrie Irving move. I mean, he's a great player. We've seen what he could do over there with Toronto. So to see this whole new environment, I was excited to see how things would gel. And even though there's still things to be worked out, they're still gelling pretty well right now. Want to add Tyler Hero. I'm a co-sign Bleacher Report on this one. Their hot take is Tyler Hero's the 6th man of the year. I'm gonna co-sign that one. He's out there doing silliness right now, just coming off the bench, just putting up points like it's like whatever, you know what I mean? Topping Ray Allen and other players going tragic and coming off the bench in these first few games of the season. So, you know, very, very subtle stats, but at the same time, I think it's evident of what's to come.
Yeah.
We got Bubble Hero back.
Yeah, there you go.
I think you
Potentially.
I think right now you could confidently put them top 4, especially the East is in such disarray. Like, who knows how the Nets are going to be shaking out? What's going on with the 76ers and Ben? The Celtics, they had a really rough last year. You know, the year before that, they were great. So, like, the East is already so much in question. I think you can confidently put them in top 4.
Yeah, because with Philly, like you said, Ben Simmons and B's knee, like how he's already in pain, man. I think, was it 2 games ago? He couldn't even walk after the game. So, yeah, right now, you know, the Nets, it's more of a Harden's going to get healthier. Kyrie's going to come back at some point this season. I have a feeling. I don't think this thing's going to go the whole season. So, Bucks, the Nets, the Heat, I think that's pretty logical.
Yeah, and I think, you know, even if nothing within the league changes, I think COVID might get better. It seems like it's on a good trend nationwide right now. So maybe that city will just lift their restrictions just because they're being a lower tier. So who knows how that goes. And then I think, you know, we'll figure out the officiating thing with Harden. I know right now he's pretty upset. Feels like he's being targeted on.
Man, that's not why he's playing like hot trash, man. That is not why he's playing.
That's what he says.
He's wrong. Harden has.
We can get.
He has a trend. He has a trend for coming into the seasons not in shape. We know this. He uses this. He's like Shaq and Kobe. When Shaq used to come in out of shape, he's like, "I'm gonna use the season to get in shape, little Kobe." That's Harden. He uses the season to get in shape, man. Harden's out there living his best life in the off season, man. Showing up at parties. What was that? Who was that? What party was he at when he was with Houston? I forgot who. Showing up at parties, doing stuff, living his best life, little baby. And he uses the season to get in shape. He's gonna get adjusted. Harden, he's too creative a player to be complaining about the refs. Yeah. This dude found a loophole in the rules to somehow take a 10-step back 3-pointer and say, "Hey, according to your doctrine, this is I'm gathering for like 8 steps as I tap dance." He's too smart to not figure this thing out. And so I'm not accepting that. He's too smart for that.
Okay, so then, let's just talk about it, man. You already jumped the gun, but that's okay. You know what I'm saying? We got the Nets. They are mediocre. We do have Kyrie Irving, who is not available. And then we have James Harden, who is struggling, particularly from the 5th line, and he does feel like he's being targeted. So I'd be, are the Nets in trouble? Like, is this something that is going to linger on and be a constant narrative throughout the season? And they either make it out the playoffs or make it maybe into the play-in and have to fight to make that spot. Like, they're 3-3 right now. Y'all think they're in trouble, or?
I think with that team, you can never really say they're in trouble because even last season they had so many things from the beginning. Harden coming in mid-season or early season, Kyrie stepping away from the game here and there for different things, COVID protocols, KD being injured at one point, coming off the Achilles the season before, Harden being injured at one point. So they seem to be able to make it through the adversity. So I don't think you can count them out. But you know, it's going to be something they're going to have to overcome. And that takes its toll.
Gotcha. Kev, you on mute, man. So if you got something, there you go.
Yeah, I know. Just some noise in the background here, but yeah, no, they definitely have to have some stuff to overcome. No, I agree with that wholeheartedly, but I don't think that will be too much of a problem. Given that Kyrie is a big player, but at the end of the day, I've seen what they could do without him, especially if Harden is on his P's and Q's. So if Harden comes back, they'll be pretty good to go. And if things change with respect to the protocol and what has Kyrie out the game, then yeah, that's even better for them. I still wouldn't put them up there in the whole 70%, guarantee to get their situation. But I'm not worried about them. And they still got KD, man. They still got that phenom. Ranking to be one of the greatest players right now in the league currently, taking over LeBron's spot. So it's like, yeah, I mean, what's to be concerned about? They're at 500 right now. It's a bad 500, but they're still at 500.
They're above.
It's not the best
now.
500.
They're above.
They're above now?
Yeah, they beat the Pistons.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
that should be expected. You better be beating Pistons and
everyone beat the
OKC.
Pistons.
All the teams out there should be beating OKC and Pistons. But hey, Lakers took that fall early on. Just get it out the way, and it won't happen again.
Yeah.
I'm not scared for the Nets either, man. Because you think about it, Harden took a team like, what was that? I think 2018. It was a great Rockets, Warriors, the Super Warriors, right? Like, I think that Warriors team would destroy a healthy Nets team, in my opinion. But they took that team to Game 7, and it was probably one Chris Paul hamstring injury away from winning that series, man. That Houston Rockets team was bomb. Outside of Paul, Harden had Trevor Ariza, he had Eric Gordon, PJ Tucker. I would say Kevin Durant is better than all of those cats. So you're putting Durant, who's just a sniper, next to, let's say, mid-season Harden when he's finally in shape and probably over that hamstring injury. That Nets team will be fire, man. Now, like we talked about, add Kyrie into the mix at some point in the season, whether he gets the vaccine and New York changes the laws. I just don't see it going on for the whole season. I would still put the Nets up there. I'm not scared. Let's say All-Star game, if Kyrie's not back, if Harden's still complaining about the refs, they're still struggling, then they got to start hitting the panic button, man. But I don't see it getting that far. What Durant-led team has ever sucked? Never. So they're going to be there.
Right.
Seattle Supersonics,
Yeah.
by the way. That's to answer your question.
Did they suck?
They didn't make it to the playoffs.
His rookie year?
You mean the first year, the rookie year? Yeah, look and see what's
Rookie year.
I was just trying to give you
I don't think he was a leader of that team, man.
yeah.
Point made that pretty much most of the time that KD's been in the league leading the team ain't so.
Yeah.
Outside of his rookie season.
Which I doubt he was a leader of that team.
Hey, I'm just trying to give you the historical references. So, if you do,
Thank you, Father
when
Time.
someone come and hit you with that unknown, factoid, you've already be prepared because you know it by now. You know what I'm saying? Like you see
You
it
were
coming.
quick with those Google fingers, huh?
No, it's all up here, man.
That was off the top
Fastest
of the
computer.
dome.
Yeah.
Fastest computer right here, man.
That hate came off the dome, you could tell.
Hey, the steam is still coming off his forehead, man.
So, all right, man. I'm glad you guys have so much faith in the Nets. What happened to Joe Harris? I thought that he was supposed to be like a big contributor. He's only averaging like 10 points a game so far. I mean, I understand it's 6 games in, but
You gotta figure it out. That
Oh yeah, you're right.
definitely an
Talking about it.
expectation for him to be a great contributor. So
yeah.
I think Harden's injury is hurting Harris because Harden can set him up real good. Defenses don't have to play Harden the same way they used to. Once he gets healthy and this defense starts sinking in on him, Harris will light up.
Okay. And y'all got y'all money on Kyrie Irving returning.
Oh,
I think at some
money?
point this season, yeah.
I got no money on it.
Oh, no money. So when we're talking about the money, y'all, this just shows you how passionate.
I think it's highly doubtful that he goes the entire season without playing. Hey, that just seems far fetched, but who knows?
There you go.
I like it. I like it. So, all right, man. Anything else y'all want to add about these Nets, man? Before we put a pin in this, man, and just wrap this whole thing up.
You know, I think it's going to be interesting to see the dynamic, or at least how the media is going to play the dynamic of Durant and Kyrie's relationship. Because every time I turn on my phone, there's another post saying the Nets issue another ultimatum for Kyrie, or Durant has a real message for Kyrie. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out, especially knowing how, how both of those can really pop off on social media. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out and their response to it. The Nets is going to be an interesting thing in this whole. They're the Lakers of the East right now, man.
I don't think Kyrie really pops off on social media like that.
He says
you're right.
It's a different fashion. Like, it's
Yeah,
different,
he might say some wild, crazy stuff, but he's not ready to like. I'm gonna come over there and whoop you behind. Like he not doing KD. He not angry on socials.
You're right. For whatever reason, he's a lightning rod.
Mostly confusing or misunderstood, whatever you want to call it, but he does some of that.
Yeah.
And he's admitted to that too as well. He's admitted to saying stupid stuff in the past, man. We gotta go through what we gotta go through to get where we are.
That's true. Unless you got the cheat code, but
unless you got the cheat code.
I don't think nobody got the cheat code.
So. Just hack it.
Yeah, so, okay, man. Well, that's all we got, man. We can go ahead and just put a pin in that, man, and start to wind down. I know we've talked about all y'all's favorite teams and stuff, man. So I'm happy to see y'all happier about y'all's teams. Let's just go ahead and do this.
Team now?
Oh, I mean,
all right.
I'm a fan of the game, so I like all the teams equally. You know what I'm saying?
Really? You always have hate for the Warriors, man.
Equally.
He said equally.
Equal ear?
That's on political right now.
I don't have hate for the Warriors. You know, the Lakers. I have disdain for the Warrior the fan base that just comes in and just like, oh, Warriors, all that. I'm like, how long you been a Warrior fan? Since Draymond.
That's what fans are, man. That's what fans are.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, people can't become fans no more.
No, it's not that. It's just that it's easy to be a fan when it's easy to be a fan.
You was a fan with Joe Montana, with Steve Young and Joe Montana, right?
Yeah, I was also like, but not 5. Like it was either them or the Cowboys. I was like, Montana.
Man, what a decision you made. You messed up.
Hey, I don't know, man. The Cowboys ain't been looking too good the past 2 decades, but it's all good. It's all good. So, yeah, man. I'm a fan of the Warriors, as a fan of the game. So I enjoy watching good games, good parity, good matchups, all that stuff, man. Good fundamentals. So,
before we go though, we talked about all the favorite teams and stuff. Memphis in the play-ins, in the playoffs. Prediction.
Playoffs. Probably.
Hey, I like it.
But it may be a play-in. It may be number 7, number 8. It's tough. I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, hold on. You said playoffs, so you.
Well,
6.
Yeah.
Like that's what I said. What I meant to say was they're gonna make it to the playoffs. They may have to go through the play-ins, but they'll have like a 7 or 8 spot.
Got you.
Okay.
So you think they're gonna make it through the plans? You anticipate they're gonna go to the plans, but make it battle their way for a spot.
Yeah. That's my guess. Like I said, rest is tough, man. I can't turn a blind eye to all the other competition. If it was in the East, top 4 easily. West,
They did it last year.
I'm gonna go on a limb, man. I'm saying they're in there. No play-ins. Just straight
I think
up.
they can do number 6. I think they can pull off number 6.
Me too.
So hold on. So let's flesh this out. What team are they? Whose spot they taking?
Man, not Jazz, not Suns,
Not the Nuggets.
not the Nuggets. That's about it. Everybody else they could take, man. Like really and truly.
Lakers are
I
struggling.
mean, not Warriors, not Warriors.
Could
I'm
be
just saying I'm
Clippers.
mostly also like love.
It could be Clippers. Could be Lakers if they don't figure it out.
Yeah, Lakers could be easily pushed out.
So what about the Mavs?
No, I ain't too worried about the Mavs.
Luka should probably be able to make it. I think Luka will be probably like 5'4".
Can, but it's still mainly Luka though.
It is.
Yeah.
So we got to see something else.
With a new coach.
Or that something needs to change a little bit, but
Yeah.
I'm giving it to Memphis. I don't know who's gonna be out necessarily, but I know who's not gonna be out, and we'll see how the chips fall after that.
Yeah, they showed us a lot last year, man. They made a statement, even though they didn't go as far as people may have liked it, but they made a statement last year.
They did.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I do. I believe in them. I just know that the West is just tough. So I never want to discount other teams. I always want to make sure.
Spurs usually have a spot. Maybe they missed this year. That's another.
Yeah, I think they might.
Yeah,
They're gonna miss.
You also have Trailblazers.
Blazers, see. I mean,
They could take the
Oh,
Blazers
it's
spot.
like the man said, it's a tough league, man. It's
Yeah.
tough over there.
Dame has not missed one his whole career. I'm not going to bet against that this year.
That's true, man. That's true. I forgot about Dame time. Yep, I did.
It's tough. It's tough.
So yeah, I don't know, man.
Y'all got some scrubs on the West Coast this season, though.
I mean, Sacramento.
Pelicans,
the Rockets.
Thunder, Rockets.
Yeah, Rock.
I mean, the Spurs pretty much.
I mean, they are in our division. That does help us. We got to play them 4 times. That does help. But yeah, I mean, Pelicans. Yeah, I know. Like, there's teams that we can probably like. Oh yeah, like that should be an easy win. But
Timberwolves have been struggling for seasons now. Like, yeah, West ain't looking as strong as it used to be. To be honest.
It's a guess.
At least this season right now, like it's a lot of highly questionable
okay, all right, yeah,
going
see.
on right now.
We'll see.
Yeah.
So, but that's my take, man. It's gonna be tough. That's why I said maybe the play-in is gonna be the entryway for them again. But but they're gonna be the inside looking out, trying to keep their spot versus outside looking in, trying to get a spot. You know? So
Yeah.
that'll be the only difference I have. So yeah, man, let's go ahead and knock this sign off down or out the park right quick. Reg, man, what you got, man?
Thank you for joining with us today and talking about our favorite teams. It was really good to talk about the Heat and to hear you guys talk about the Lakers, the Warriors, touching here and there on the Grizzlies. But thanks for staying with us and rocking with us. NBA season is here. It's upon us. We've had a couple of NBA topics, and I'm just looking forward to keep this momentum. That's it.
Cool. Kev, what you got?
Not much, man. We flowing right now. We're in it. It's on the move. Keeping our eye on what's going on. Engage with us on Discord. And yeah, let's just stay in contact, man. Let's keep up with what's going on in the NBA.
Cool. And factoid guy.
Hey.
I'll go ahead. I'll ask my question later.
Here we go. Here's your facts for this episode. Out of 365 days in a year, there are only 2 days where neither major league, we're talking about MLB, we're talking about NBA, NHL, and NFL, have a game. That's the day before and the day right after the MLB All-Star. That's it. Only 2 days.
What about MLS? MLS don't got no games?
Major. They still coming up, man. I still got faith in them,
League
man.
Soccer, Major League. I don't know.
It is major.
Dang. Yeah.
That's some random days right there
That is a
before
random-
and after the All-Star. I expect you to say a holiday or something, but
Yeah.
okay.
MLB All-Star.
Oh, okay, that's nice, man. I have a question for you. How's Jerry Judy doing?
Jerry and Judy.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Sorry, I thought you was.
Hey, so why you?
I just asked a question.
Why?
I just want to know.
You just come out of left field with this stuff, man. I've never seen anybody hate 2 entities anymore. Like 2 winning entities, man. The Warriors and Alabama. Like I just don't understand your hate for winning. It confounds me.
Bandwagonist, I think he has a particular disdain for.
Thank you.
I mean, the man was born and bred in Alabama. What else?
That's what I'm saying. I got to be baptized to that team, man. Nick Saban needs to come and dip me in the water.
Yeah. Or just push you,
You got
push
out there.
you in the water.
Just ask the question. I mean, I
You
didn't
know,
know
Nick
it was gonna
Saban
be-
pushed me in the lake one time. Does that count?
Yeah.
I was just asking the question. I didn't know it was gonna receive this kind of vitriol, like this explosion of reaction. Just ask the question.
I mean, I was baptized. I went to Alabama game, Nick Saban coaching, it rained, so that's close enough for me. Yeah.
Did he bless you?
I mean, he probably sneezed down on the sideline, man. So I mean,
That's cool, man. So thank you, man. I didn't get my answer, but I appreciate whatever your response was. So I'm glad you got sneezed on by Nick Saban, make you felt like you've been blessed. But yeah, man. Thank you everyone who has joined us. Please like and subscribe if you think that this is good content. Comment on us, engage with us in the social network space. Join us in the Discord. The link again is for open invite for anyone. You can search us and all that stuff. 5 stars in the audio side of things. And tell us, man, who your favorite team is. Tell us why you think they're gonna make it to wherever they're gonna make it, or why they gonna crash and burn. Just as some teams do. And just continue to rock with us. We'll be here, and we'll see you next Tuesday. So until then, guys, peace.
Peace.